Hello, welcome back student to the full stack developer. The module is JavaScript for the all branches of the first year. First we will see what we have done in the previous lecture. In the previous lecture we saw the variables, how to define the variable and how to write the variable, the rules of the variable to declare in a program. Data type, different types of data types are available in the JavaScript. Already we discussed this thing in the previous lecture. Primitive data type and composite data type, and we have array concept is very important. The collection of same data type with the different element in a storage, that is called array. And the statements, this four thing we have saw in the previous lecture. Okay, in today's lecture we are going to see operators, and we will going to see the increment and decrement, and we'll going to see the control statement, and we'll going to see the function. Okay, if you are perfect in the C programming, then it will be easy for understanding this. If you did not know about the C programming also, no issues. I will little bit give some of the information what are the things are going to be used in the JavaScript. Okay, so operators, different types of operators are available in the JavaScript. Increment and decrement, what is the difference between increment and decrement? And in the increment and decrement we have the two things, prefix and postfix. That also we will see, and the result will be different if we take the prefix and the postfix. Control structure. Okay, we have the control structure in the JavaScript. Three control structures are there. First one is if, second one is while loop, third one is for loop, and we're going to see the functions. In the operator you can see this is the addition. Okay, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, modulation, this all will come under in arithmetic operation, and this is will come under in increment and decrement, Okay, so this all operators are available, like assignment operator, arithmetic operator, increment and decrement operator, bitwise operator, relational operator, and so on. Okay, so based on that it is written here, and this type of operators will be going to use in the JavaScript. Here equivality, this symbol double equal to is checking the equivality. Example, 10 double equal to 10, we are checking both are equivality or not, we are comparing. Double equal to, okay. Not equal to is checking the inequality. Not is logical not. Double and will be represented as logical and or, double or will represent as logical or. And the last one is conditional section. Okay, conditional section, these are the logical operators. Okay, this will come under in assignment operators, like plus, equal, minus, equal. Okay, this all will come under this. Okay, so these are the operators, these are the things we are going to be used in JavaScript. Okay, so here aggregate assignment provide a shortcut by combining the assignment operator with the some other operator. Assignment operator, just now I told you assignment operator is plus is equals to operator perform addition and assignment, means it will do the addition as well as it will assign the value which is available in the left side. Sorry, it will assign the value and store in the variable which is present in the left side. Example, here the expression x is equals to x plus 7. X plus 7 is some value, and that value is going to be stored in x, and in place of this, in place of this, we can use this also. Both will perform the same operation. Here we are repeating x x, we are repeating. Whenever we have such kind of operation, at that time you can use x plus is equals to 7, so it will consider as x is equals to x plus 7. Okay, so this is like how we are assigning the operator. We can assign the operator in such a way that we can reduce the code. Means if you combine this, then the code is little bit small. Okay, as per your requirement you can use this. Next, increment and decrement. Both the increment and decrement operator come in two form: prefix, as I told you, prefix and postfix. With the same input, if you perform the prefix, and the same input if you perform the postfix, then the output will be different in the both cases. Example, here we are taking x, okay, and this x I am using in this, and this x I am using here. X is equals to 10. When I performing y is equals to plus plus, plus plus is prefix. Previous the variable or value or anything before the x means variable, if you are using plus plus, this is called prefix. If you are using plus plus after the variable, that is called postfix. So now tell me, y is equals to plus plus x. Before displaying this variable or before assigning whatever the value is present in the x into the y, first it will increment. Increment means what the answer will be: y is equals to 11. Plus plus means x is 10. 10 plus 1 is 10 plus 1 is 11. Okay, next, this x is equals to 10 and z is equals to x. So this x value is storing here. After that it is incrementing. So what is the value of z? Z is equals to 10 only, because whatever the value we have, we directly displaying in the z. Afterwards it is performing the plus plus operation. So this is a difference between prefix and postfix. What is happening in the prefix? In the prefix, first is incrementing and is storing into the y, and here whatever the value is available in the x, it is storing into the z. Afterwards x is incrementing. Prefix and the postfix both are taking the same input value, but the result we are getting different. Okay, and x is equals to 11 in the both the cases. Is afterwards, if you want to display the x value after this, so prefix or postfix both will get the 11. There are these two forms yield different result. As I told you, same input but different output. The performance operation is different. Okay, next, control structure. There are three basic type of control structure in JavaScript. That is if, while, for. Okay, if statement, while loop, for loop. Each control structure manipulate a block of JavaScript expression beginning with open flower bracket and end with close flower bracket. Okay, here the example, if statement. When we will going to use the if statement to check the condition. If statement allow JavaScript programmer to make decision. Use an if use an if statement whenever you come to a fork in a program. Example, here I am checking the condition x double equal to 10, means whatever the value is present in the x, that should be equal to 10. Okay, and if it is true, perform this operation. Whenever the condition is true, this piece of code will execute, else otherwise execute this block x is equals to 0 whenever this condition is false. Okay, if 10 double equal to 10, then it is this block will execute. If in place of 10, if some other number like 1 2 3 11 13 some number is there which is not 10, so at that time this else part will be execute. So this is if statement. Okay, I hope you understand. Whenever the condition is true, the next to that condition it will execute, else block will be execute. Next, if statement is finished, now we will go to the repeat loop, means while loop and the for loop. So what is loop? Loop is a group of statement that is repeat until a specified condition in met. Means a group of piece of code will execute number of time. How many time do you want? That many time you can execute the piece of code in your programming. Okay, repeat loop are very powerful programming technique or tools. Okay, this is very important, and this is used in every programming language, in C, C++, Java, Python, okay, JavaScript and all. They allow for more efficient program design and are ideally suited for working with array. Whenever we use the array, as we have discussed in the previous class about the array is a collection of same data type. Like if you want to display the number from 1 to 10, so at that time we need to take the array to get your program effectively work. So at that time we can use the loop and you can execute the piece of code number of time. Clear? So this is loop. So now we'll take the while loop. In the while loop is used to execute a block of code with a certain condition. Based on the condition only, some of the code will execute. Example, here count is equals to 0, while count less than or equal to 10. Means what is the count now? Our count is 0 less than or equal to 10. The condition is true or false? Condition is true, because 0 is less than 10. Then it will display the result. Document dot write count. Count is nothing but whatever the value is present in the count. What is the value present in the count now? Is 0. First it will display the 0. Okay, then after that, what is this document dot write? This is a output. Okay, this is a output. What do you want to display on the screen? That we'll use output. This document dot write in the bracket whatever you want to display. Then afterwards, go count plus plus. So what is a count? First 0. After 0, 0 plus 1 is 1. Again it will go back to this condition. It will not go here. Now what is our count now? Count plus plus 0 plus 1 means 1. 1 less than 10? Yes, condition true. Document dot write count. So what is the value is present in the count now? Is 1. 1. It will display the 1. Then again count plus plus. So what is our count? 1. 1 plus plus means 1 plus 1 is 1 plus 1 is 2. It's going here, the value, the count will be 2. 2 less than 10. Yes, condition true. So what is the value is present in the count? Is 2. It will display the count. Okay, then 2 plus 1, 3, 4, 5, like this till the end. 11. 11 less than or equal to 10, condition is false. Then it will come out from the loop. Okay, this piece of code I execute 10 times. 11th time it is coming out of the loop because the condition false. Okay, this is a concept of loop, and this is what the example we are saying. This is a while loop. Okay, this is a thing in the while loop. If we go to the for loop, the for loop is used when there is a need to have a counter of some kind. Okay, whenever we have counter of the some kind, I will show you this for loop will write in a single line. The counter is initialized before the loop start, tested after each iteration to see if it is below a target value, and finally update at the end of the loop. Okay, next, here the example of the for loop. Print the number of numbers 1 through 10. I want to display from 1 to 10, so this piece of code is enough to display from 1 to 10. If you want to display 1 to 100 also, just you need to add here 100. Then from 100 we no need to increase the line of the code, just you need to add the number, how many times do you want to execute this code. In this, for I is equals to 1, I less than or equal to 10, I plus plus. So what is this I is equals to 1? I is equals to 1 is initializing the counter, from where we need to start the counter. You can start from 1, you can start from 20, you can start from 30, anywhere. So I am initializing. I less than or equal to 10, we are checking the condition. We are checking the condition, we are giving the target. You should not go beyond the 10. Here I plus plus, every time this I value will change. I is equals to 1, it will execute once, one time only. Then after that I plus plus, it will again change 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 till 10. At the last 11, this condition will get false and it will come out from the loop. Okay, and update the counter at the end of the loop, increment. Okay, this example, this is a normal code without the loop. Okay, and this is with the loop. Here I want to display from 1 to 5. Okay, from 1 to 5 I want to display 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like this I need to write. Okay, here if we use the loop, then just I need to write I is equals to 1, I less than 5, I plus plus, and what I want to display, I want to display the value of I. That's it. This is a small code, will execute the for loop. Okay, I hope you understand this. If you did not understand, don't worry. Okay, I will show you the example for the for loop and the function. Okay, so here this is normal, and if it is 50, then this line will be 50. We need to go 5, 6, 7, 8. The program length will be high, the storage it will take more. If I want to display here 1 to 50, so simply just we need to write 50. That's it. We are not increasing the size of the program, just we are writing 50 here, then it will execute this statement with the 50 time. Okay, I will show you the example. Next, function. Function are a collection of JavaScript statement that perform a specific task, and function are used whenever it is necessary to repeat an operation, whenever it is necessary to repeat the operation. Okay, fine. Here in the function we have input and output, and the inputs are passed into the function and are known as arguments or parameters. Okay, this will be pass, argument or parameter. Think of a function as a black box which perform an operation. So in the function, everywhere in the function we must have a declaration, function call, function definition. But in the JavaScript we have a function call and function definition. Means whenever we call, the piece of code which is present in the function definition, that will execute. From the call function we can send the argument with argument or without argument. This is a function. Defining the function. The most common way to define function is with the function statements. First, it will be the function name. First you need to write the function, then function name, and with the argument or parameter, then semicolon. The function statement consists of function keyword. First the function keyword, as I told you now, function keyword, followed by the name of the function. Name of the function you need to define, like what do you want to do. Do you want to do addition, do you want to do square, do you want to do a subtraction, multiplication, whatever the things you want to do, that you need to give the name. A comma separate list of parameter name in parenthesis, and the statement which contains the body of the function enclosed with the curly braces. The curly braces is opening tag, closing tag. Okay, and in this we have a parameter name or argument name. Let's see the example. For function is a function name, sorry, what is the function is a keyword, and what is this square is a function name, and what is this x is an input or argument or parameter. Okay, and in the parenthesis we are writing return x into x. This is a output, okay. Next is function name. Function is a keyword, sum of the square is a function name, and this is a input or argument or parameter. Three names are there for that. And in the flower bracket we need to write output, return num1 into num1 plus num2 into num2. So this is output. Okay, this is a output. In the same way, here you can do the square. Function is a keyword, sum of square is a function name, num1 num2, return square of num1 plus square of num2. Here num1 into num2 is square we are doing, or you can use square num. Okay, so let's see the example. Okay, so I open up the VS Code. First of all you need to save the file save, and I am saving the file with example 4 already is there. So example example 4. Okay, and here I want HTML file, so select HTML, Okay, example for, or for example, save. So I save the file. So whenever you are using the VS Code, the structure will be defined here. So simply you need to write the exclamation mark shift plus 1, then you will get the exclamation mark. When you click on it, the structure of the HTML program we will get. Okay, in the HTML program we can embed the JavaScript which we saw in the first class. Okay, and I am giving here the example like for loop example. Okay, and remember, scripting should be right inside the head. Script should be right inside the head. So first I am doing the operation for this one. I am writing the code. Okay, first I need to write the script tag, opening tag and closing tag, and here in the scripting tag you need to write like language is equals to Java script. Enter. Okay, you can write language is equals to JavaScript for understanding what kind of scripting you are writing. That will be easily defined. Next, to display the result, document dot write, and whatever the number, whatever the thing you are going to be write here, that will display. Okay, this is document dot write 1, means it will display on the result. Document dot write 2 and semicolon. Same thing, I need to write the number of time, how many number of time I want to write, 3. Document dot write 4. Document dot write 5. Okay, so this thing I have written here 1 2 3 4 5. So now save the file. Okay, save the file, and I am not writing anything in the body. Till now in the HTML and CSS, whatever we are going to write in the body part, that is we are displaying on the HTML. But when we are using the JavaScript, if you did not write anything in the body, no problem, whatever you are writing in the scripting in the head tag, that will be display. Let's see. If you don't know where did you save this file, just click here, right click, open file, sorry, here, sorry, right click, open, sorry, reveal in the file explorer. Where did we save the file? Here, example 4. So I am opening this, open with Microsoft Edge. See what is our output now. Our output is 1 2 3 4 5. This is no space between this. If you want to give the space, what you need to do, just you need to give space here, then it will give space over there. Control S, save the file and do the refresh. 1 2 3 4 5, the space are there. The next is, if I want to display in the vertical, that also is possible. What to do? You need to add here the break tag, BR, break tag. Okay, BR, BR. br. So you need to write the br tag. So just save the file, file, save, go back to our Microsoft Edge here, refresh. 1 2 3 4 5. How do you want to display? You can display the result, but here if we have the 50 example, if we have the 50, so this same code we need to write for 50 times, so it will be a big problem. Okay, for that we will go to loop. Let's here, as you know, the comment in the C sharp, sorry, starting with less than exclamation mark, 2 hyphens, and till where I want to do this, till here. So this piece of code will not execute. This piece of code will not execute. This is, we have done comment. Okay, we have done comment. Next, I am writing the C. I remove the script, means I wrote in the comment this piece of code will not execute in the runtime. Go back here and do the refresh. Nothing will display here because we make as a comment. So next is script. Again I am taking a script, but here I am using for I is equals to 1 semicolon, I less than or equal to 50 example, otherwise take 5 first, I plus plus. Okay, then press enter, and I want to display document dot write bracket, and what I want to display, I want to display the I value, whatever the I value I want to display, because I is going to be increased n number of time. Whatever the number you are going to give here, that many time it will increase and it will execute this block and will get the result. Okay, file, save the file, go back here and click on refresh. 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, so in the same way we can use the break and all the things. So this is about the for loop. Okay, this is about the for loop. And if we go to this function, if we go to the function, the first class, in the first class I open hello, this program we executed. In this we use the function. Can you see this function? In the first class, first lecture, we use the function on click message function. Go and watch the first lecture of the JavaScript. So reveal this, where the file is this hello. When I open this, sorry, so I am going to open this in the browser, Microsoft Edge. See, welcome to JavaScript, click here, hello world. So this thing, this program we have done in the first lecture of the JavaScript. If you did not see this, go and watch that video. Okay, and that is a function without parameter. Clear? So this is about what we have done today. First, we have completed the operators, and we did the increment and decrement, and we did the control structure, and we did the function. This 4 thing we completed in today's lecture. Okay, thank you very much. We'll see you in the next class.